So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are making our go-to green juice. So we started off with a batch of parsley that's in the hopper already. Now we're going to cut up our celery, and we use 2 stalks of celery. So we're cutting those up maybe 2 to 3 inches or so, and we are going to be placing them into the hopper. We are using the extension for our hopper, which gives us a little more opportunity to have more of our fruit and vegetable inside of our juicer. I'm going to cut up a few more of our celery and continue to put them into the juicer. We definitely like to take advantage of all of the space that this particular juicer gives us. So I'll cut up a few more of our celery stalks, make sure we have all of them. That way we can continue to prepare and continue our juicing process. So stay tuned and we'll get going. As you can see now, I have been cutting up our lemon, and if you notice, I cut them in halves and then I cut them in 4s, and as of now, I am peeling them. We don't necessarily like to use the hull because the hull gives it a more bitter taste and a stronger taste, so we like peeling the hull and gives it a better taste for us, and that's our preference, my wife and I. So we love our lemon, but we don't like the hull for that particular reason. Did y'all catch that? Because I sure didn't. Well, let's continue the process. We're going to go ahead and finish with our lemon and get those loaded, and we'll continue the process. From our first video, we mentioned that we take our parsley, lemon, and celery first. So that's what we're doing now for our blood pressure. At this point, we have cut up 4 cucumbers and we are loading them into the hopper. And if you know anything about cucumbers, they are great for hydration, for your skin, and they even help with fatigue. If you love cucumbers, this is a great way to gain the nutrients that are in this particular fruit. That's right, it is a fruit because it grows from a flower. No, not the apple right now. We want to go ahead and start with our pineapple. Remember, we do our apples last because we want them nice, crisp, and fresh when we put them in the juicer. So now we're going to cut up the pineapple, and we cut the top off and the bottom off is the way that I do it. So if you have a better way of cutting up a pineapple, please let me know in the comments. But I do my best to get as much of that pineapple meat as I possibly can so we can maximize that beautifully tasting fruit. We're going to go ahead and cut up our pineapple, get it sliced up, and we're going to get that into the hopper so we can juice that, which yields plenty of nice fresh juice. So I wanted to pause right here to talk about this part of the juicing process. I cut the pineapples in 4 pieces, like quadrants, and then as you saw that, I threw away the core. Now the core, from what I understand, it's totally edible, but just really coarse and hard to deal with. So we just throw that out and use the softer pieces of the pineapple, and then cut them in nice chunks so we can load them in the hopper for our juice. ginger. Our preference is to use 2 small pieces of ginger. Ginger has so many awesome benefits, from heart health to inflammation, nausea, cold and flu relief. It just does so much. I suggest do your research. It's an awesome product. We've now come down to our final ingredient, which are our apples. And I'm gonna tell you, these apples were really crisp, tasty, and sweet. So I had to grab me a couple of them before we put them into our juicer. We're gonna cut these apples up. I believe there were 5 apples that we used. We're gonna cut them up and get them going, and we'll be back shortly. Now we're ready to place the apples into the hopper, and we're gonna make sure that we'll have a batch of juice that will be ready to go shortly. So stay tuned and check out the final results. Alrighty, our apples are in, and we are now to the final stretch. Now, a good juicer is a clean juicer. So we're gonna clean up, get through this final stretch, let those apples finish, and we're going to be able to see our final product shortly. Well, there we have it, folks. Once we were able to get our last juice out of the chute, we had exactly 1 gallon. And we have 8 mason jars, which are 16 ounces each. So as we begin to pour our juice, that should fulfill the whole gallon. And maybe we'll just have a little bit extra to taste and see just how well we did with this particular process. There you have it, folks. Our go-to green juice. And we're excited because this will last us maybe 4 or 5 days until it's time to juice again. My wife and I really enjoy this process. It's refreshing, it is healthy, and we just really enjoy the benefits that we recognize that we receive just by juicing natural fruit and vegetables. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that you give us a like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and just continue to support us as we continue to bring you more videos. So we thank you for your time. Also, don't forget to share. That would really help to support our channel. Well, until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Take care and be blessed.